Double feature. So last night at about 10 o'clock, me and a bunch of my friends decided we were going to watch a movie, and they were all like, let's watch Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm like, what is Fantastic Mr. Fox? Then I remembered back to my childhood, and many years ago, I read a book called Fantastic Mr. Fox, and it was about a fox who stole from three farmers. But we're getting ahead of ourselves in the story. So Mr. Fox was a thieving fox. He stole from people, and he stole their chickens and their geese and their ducks, and he ate them, and that's how he supported his family, which at that time was only his wife. One day, they were going and they were stealing their chicken dinner, when all of a sudden, boom, trap falls down from the sky, and Mrs. Fox is just like, yo, Mr. Fox, I'm pregnant. He's like, what? And, so he agrees to leave the chicken stealing business for a safer side job. So he becomes a newspaper man, and he is unsatisfied with his life. He has his son grows up. It's just unsatisfying for Mr. Fox. He wants something more in life. And don't we all? Can we really blame him for wanting to do more in life? Well, we can. So he buys a tree in the most dangerous part of the country for foxes to live in, and proceeds to plan 3 crimes, where he steals from the 3 meanest farmers in the entire valley. And he successfully does these 3 jobs, and he has his partners in crime, his landlord and his nephew. So that went over well, but the farmers, surprise, got mad that someone was stealing their stuff, so they plotted to kill him. So they set up an ambush, and then they started to dig down into his foxhole, and they dug and dug and dug, and then the farmers decided to wait it out. So in Mr. Fox's brilliance, he decided to go and, of course, steal all of their stuff and have a giant feast where all the other animals get to eat. So they stole literally everything the farmers had. All the food, all the apple cider, everything. And they stole it. Mosquitoes. And they proceeded to eat it. But then, of course, the farmers filled the hole with water, and they ended up in the sewer. In the process, they actually captured Fantastic Mr. Fox's nephew and held him captive. Then they go on a daring rescue, and they rescued Mr. Fox's nephew, who was not very good at... he could have escaped by himself, easily. So they rescued him, and then, they basically sit up there in the hole and wait for the rest of time for Mr. Fox to come out, but he never does, because he finds a secret tunnel into a grocery store, and they all live happily ever after. Except for the 3 farmers, who basically get the short end of the stick throughout the entire movie, and end up wasting the rest of their relatively short elderly lives waiting for a fox to come out of a manhole in the middle of town. So, yep, I enjoyed the movie. It made me think a little bit. How much are we willing to pursue our happiness over the happiness of others? And when we do pursue this happiness, how does that affect our families and our friends? Questions we should all be thinking about whenever we do any decisions. So have a good one, and I'll see you next weekend.